So the premise is actually pretty simple, and that's you just stole a mysterious machine, and you, as the player, don't really know much about it because the game will tell you that your kind of people is not allowed to ever touch this machine. So you don't know nothing about it. You just know you're running away from a bad situation, and that's about it. That's when you're confronted with this big panel full of buttons. The game is not gonna hold your hand at all, and you will fuck it up a lot. And it's all part of the experience. Really, it starts as a sort of escape room puzzle kind of game. I guess the novelty of the whole experience is that the puzzle game then eventually, as you master it, as you master the machine, it becomes an interface. And that's your interface to pilot a big-ass sized crawling house machine. Because really that's the core of the game. It's a classic dungeon crawler just scattered around a big machine. Every time you die and retry, the hope for me as the game designer is that curiosity will get you going further, and eventually the game will try and grab you as you die and repeat before. Hopefully you give up, and the game will give you a few more hints to keep going. So really it's all based around the mystery and curiosity. That's the hope. You carry your meta experience forward to the next game. And hopefully you learn enough in one run to then try and endure for another one. It was surprising. Me and the publisher knew that this was a highly experimental kind of game, and we tend to refer to it as an experience. It is an immersive experience, and when we went out with it, we knew that the buyers could have reacted anyway. And as of today, we are at 80 plus positive reviews on Steam and 0 negative, which we didn't expect. Because of the rage quitting kind of nature of the game. So we're really happy. That's the amazing work that the publisher has done. If it was for me, you would have landed on a Steam page that said, "This is your cool game, try it and have fun." But the publisher made sure, at the moment you land on that Steam page, there is a big banner that says, "This game is hard, /hard." Did you get that? It's hard. Really, like if you read the Steam page, it's gonna say that it's hard like a few times. So before you hit that click on buy, people kind of get that. And so that was good. I of course didn't know, I didn't even know how hard it was because it's my game, so it's not hard to me. It's definitely balancing with this game. Coming out with the interfaces and then torturing your friends to try it and see where they fail, just like you guys did today, is really helpful for us as developers, because at some point we cannot really just understand our own game anymore. And with this kind of game especially, it's really important. So the crucial part was at some point when we entered the beta, the first beta, and we started seeing people dying like flies. You will be surprised, but the game was way harder before. So this is the tuned down version of it. We had a few comments like that on Steam, and I did initially talk to Armor Game Studios about this possibility, the fact that this game is extremely VR friendly, and they never rejected the idea. So the idea is there on the table. I would lie to you if I told you that we did not think about it. And personally, I tend to think about this game as a great opportunity to port a top-down sort of dungeon crawler experience on VR, because the kind of game doesn't lend itself very easily to VR because, top-down view and that kind of stuff. But this game could really do the trick. But VR as a market is very weird and unknown to us yet. So we'll see. We'll see what happens first on the easy stuff on PC and Mac, and then we see from there. Eventually we had to pick an audience, right? And our standard audience would really struggle with this game as it was back then, and so we tuned it down, and now we eventually got to an experience that we think is around 5 to 6 hours. But then the game gets released on Steam, and some people chew through it in just like almost less than 3 hours, and we're like, what? How do they even... I don't know how they do it, but apparently there are people that just go there and go like click, 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 and they figure it out and they speed through it. The average is around 5 to 6 hours. Yeah, it's a solo project with a great music track from an amazing artist, and we also have some Petsky, like text mode art in the game that you eventually uncover that's done by another amazing artist, but for the rest, yeah, I was on my own. The process has been really iterative, of course. I didn't actually build the thing physically, although sort of in my mind, it's like me as a kid playing with cardboard boxes, like getting inside, pretending it's submarines and stuff, but that's when I was a kid. So it comes from that. In my imagination, like I imagine all of that, and then as a process really to design the whole machine, it was all about putting a lot of hotbox and controls and trying in Unity everything, until also with friends seeing where people struggle, and then from there, from like a very simple blocked graphics going into more redefined graphics. So I really struggled to think about this project as with other people as well, because I had to keep it all together very tightly. I can tell you that it's worth enduring all the pain till the end. It's not a long game, and once you get to the end, it tells you a lot and you see stuff that's pretty cool.